Welcome to the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk all things hockey, interview players, and help new ones learn the game. If you want to learn something new about hockey, this is your show. Get ready, you're listening to the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. Welcome in, everybody, to episode 9. Today, I will be talking about my top teams on who I think will win next year's Stanley Cup. All right, so the Colorado Avalanche pulled off a Stanley Cup victory last season. So it was actually only a few months ago, if you think about it. And we have the new season coming in October, which is 28 days away. So I did want to just lay out some predictions before I get into the NHL season, before we start, the games and not the exhibition games. So who do I think is going to win the next one? Or who do I have going? Let's see. I have the Colorado Avalanche as a potential one, the LA Kings, the Panthers, the Lightning, and I'll go for the Oilers as well. I'll go Oilers. And here's the reason why I'm going to go with the Oilers and that's because McDavid has really been showing his stride over the years, and he really is coming into his own. Now, if you compare him to Auston Matthews, I would rather have Matthews as a player, but I think overall as a team with Edmonton, it's a little different, and they were able to take on Jonathan Quick and the LA Kings as well. Yeah. So 2022 and 2023 is looking very interesting. It's going to be the second year with 32 teams, and that's just that interesting. With now think about this. And here's the weird part about this when you're born in 1994. Some of the players are younger than you. I'm looking at 3 of the players right now. You have Leon Draisaitl. Well, geez, I can't speak today. The assistant captain, born in 1985. Yeah, a full year younger than me. Benson is 4 years younger than me. And Warren Fogle is 2 years younger than me. Yeah. So there was even a guy who was born after September 11th. So now these guys are coming in the 90s right now, and it's kind of crazy to think about when everything's said and done. Like, I guess that just shows my age. For the Oilers, Darnell Nurse, he had a lot of ice time. 25 minutes per game, apparently. McDavid had 79 assists, and Leon Draisaitl had 55 goals. So they're looking pretty good. And good old Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Had 3 shorthanded goals. So he was he's probably still the most interesting player on the Oilers. I think it's because, of how he was brought up before McDavid got into the league. So he's still, so if anything, excuse me, he is, I guess he's in a way more of the glue than anything else. Vander Kane and Brad Malone are also going to be two very important picks when it are, players when it comes to pushing through. So the Oilers got some good prospects there. Gonna go back to the standings. Yeah, so we can talk. I don't see Calgary winning it because they just do have their struggles as well. I don't think you're going to see any, the Stanley Cup hoisted through the Metropolitan Division. The Rangers did a great job against the Lightning, but I don't think they're quite ready yet. I don't think Zibanejad is ready yet. The Panthers. Let's get on to probably my new favorite team. Claude Giroux coming down was probably one of the best things that could have happened for the Panthers. And okay, so let's see. We have Barkov, who played some what an amazing season he had. Where is Huberdeau? Yeah. You have your ace, Sergei Bobrovsky, who has been putting up excellent numbers as well. So, okay. Henry Bolby is going to be an interesting one from Edina, Minnesota. 195, age 25 years old. He coming out of one of your top prospects. He played for the Charlotte Checkers. And in 64 games played, he had 12 goals, 16 assists, and a total of 28 points. He has a plus minus of 14 and penalty in minutes only 36. So I do think he just needs some more playing time with that. And I am still congested with that. Let's talk Alexander Barkov, the captain. So in career playoffs, he's got 2 goals, 5 assists. Not the worst, because the Panthers were only in there for about 10 games total, and so not bad numbers, and not everything going to be recorded is not every pass is going to be recorded, or anything, or even the significant plays that can make a difference. That one hit could make a difference. But I think Barkov is going to be a huge reason why Florida could get back to a Stanley Cup Finals appearance. Okay, so now let's talk about the Lightning. Nick Paul, I love this guy. He's not, someone that comes on your radar a lot, but you've got to admit that that when you get a Nick Paul in there, when you have a key piece in your lineup, I don't care who it is exactly. I don't care who, but when you get that key player that makes all the difference, it changes your world. And Stamkos will go down as a Hall of Famer too, and he's got the cups to prove it already. The dominance of the Lightning is, nothing to, take lightly for any team. It's incredible what what you can do with that. Yeah. Oh, and Pat Maroon winning 3 Stanley Cups in a row will definitely help you along the way. And he was a St. Louis native before, and when he won his that championship with the Blues that entire time. Steven Stamkos, your captain. Yeah, so Nick Paul is younger than me. It's getting crazy though. And we'll talk about him, and then we will go into we'll go back to Stamkos in a moment. Okay, so let's see. Career. Okay, so for 2020 and 21, he only had 16 goals, but he had 32 points, and he played in 80 games. And he was, and you're not going to be, not everything's going to be like first line center. It's going to come from your other lines too, and that's better. As well. That can be better too. Not everyone's going to get the amount of playing time as your captain, but you're going to need your supporting cast, and Nick Paul has certainly proven his stripes there. Stamkos. Being born in 1990, he still had a 42-goal season and 64 assists, and he managed to walk away with 106 points. That is not easy to do, given the fact that he's, I guess he's struggled. Yeah, he had to. No, I don't think we should count the 2019-20 season. He has had, those injuries, and he has had, some years where he was not there. But I think, at this stage, even at his age, past his age 32 season, I don't think he could have another good year, but will it be enough for the Lightning to take over and win again? Not sure. And Vasilevsky, still going to be the Brickhouse Kid for the Lightning, so that's why I think the Lightning can do it. All right, we're going to move on to the LA Kings. All right, and we're going to the team. Now, do I think the Kings will... So, good old Jonathan Quick. I do think he's gonna be the guy that still holds on. Drew Doughty is your ace defenseman. He is the assistant captain for the Kings, and I mean, like, they were not supposed to take on the Oilers the way they were. I think with everything going towards the Kings, I do think that they would make that ultimate difference, once they get their ducks in a row, so to speak. Anze Kopitar is still hanging in there. He is already 35 years of age, and that's not an easy thing to do, to keep up the way he has at 35. And you got Lemieux coming into his own as well. I mean, you got your guys. So it's hard to see. It's hard to know. And of course, you cannot leave out Adrian Kemp as well. You have your guys, and but I think if I had to give a guess, I think I may have to go Lightning getting back to the Cup. Like, it, as to who I think is going to get back to the Cup, it's probably going to be Colorado and Tampa Bay. If I had to take those two again to go to the like who I think is going to be in those finals, like, I can only pick two teams, I'll probably still take Colorado and Tampa Bay. That's the truth. But with the Kings, I do think they're going to win a series. I do think they're going to they might be able to pull off 2, and but they just need to stay out of the injuries. They need to injuries. They need to make sure they don't get injured. They have to take care of themselves a little more than the average team and be an effective difference. They just need to lock it down more on defense, and I think they could really make a push for the Kings. Okay, so I will have a bonus episode out on Substack for paid subscribers. I'll be talking about the Colorado Avalanche. To become a paid member, it is $5 a month or $50 per year on Substack. Also, be sure to rate this podcast 5 stars and write a little review as well. And also, please be sure to share it with a friend. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you all in the bonus episode.